nobody's presenting me. That's because I wanted to talk myself. I wrote a piece, and I'm going to show it to you guys. But first, I want to talk a little bit about what I feel this piece comes from. The last couple of weeks, I've been busy with a project of mine. I think a lot of art is trying to understand ourselves better. I'm not going to dare to say all art is exactly that. I wouldn't dare to say that anymore in the 3rd year. But for me, at least, a big part, and especially a big part of things that I find hard to say exactly. So there's this project. I guess it's an art project. I guess it's also a self-development project. I found out that there were things about myself that I found hard to deal with. I read a story which was quite gruesome. Gruesome is not the right word. It was quite confronting. It was pretty, I thought it was disgusting. And then I was talking with Albert about it, and the interesting thing is, the interesting thing is that I thought it was disgusting because I recognized myself in it. Otherwise, it would have been at a distance. But because I saw part of myself back there, just do it quickly. Yeah, done? Okay. Just because I saw part of myself in that story, that made it come really close. And that made it really difficult for me to read it. So I thought, and in that time I was also really busy with honesty and what it means to speak truth and to be completely honest. And what happens if you are completely honest, if you don't have any filter. So what I did is for 3 weeks I've been digging and digging and digging into myself and writing down every single thing that I've done that I'm ashamed of. So I have, it's very funny because I wrote this down on papers and I was really scared that anyone would read it. It was my worst fear at that moment. And when I had everything written down, I wanted to organize it because I wanted to read it out loud. And I've decided not to do that anymore, but that was my original plan. So I wanted to organize it in time. So I had all these papers. And it's funny because I have them now with me, but when I just wrote on them and I had them in my room, I locked my door and I closed my curtains because I was so afraid that anyone would read what I had on these papers. So for me it's very funny to have this here and just be like, you know. So that is something. And what is funny is actually I don't think anything I just told you is important. Nothing about it is important. Really, the only thing that is important, that there's yet another layer gone about what is underneath. Because all of this isn't important. The things that I did weren't the important part. The important part was that I didn't accept that I did those things. That I was ashamed of it. So when I could move past that, there was room for something. And I think what you find there is beauty. And that's what I wanted to tell you guys.